Hey, what's going on? I'm making another refresh video uh, that I think is going to be totally awesome. I mentioned it a while ago. Just kind of got around to assembling all of the parts that I needed to bring back one of my favorite boards from one of my favorite skaters of all time. When I was a kid, obviously, I mean, Jeff Kendall was my favorite skater, but second favorite skater um, was Gator. Um, I know that Gator is a scumbag, or became a scumbag. I don't know if he was a scumbag previously. I'm sure that he was, but you know, I hope that I don't let the man's actions really. Well, I don't know. I can't explain whatever happened. I'm sure addiction and all that other stuff, and whatever else led to the gnarly that he did. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still a fan. I still watch Skate Visions, and I still laugh whenever he's like coming out of his house, and his mom asks him to clean it. Did he clean his room? And he's like, I'm just gonna go skate. And the thing was, like, he's a hell of a skater. He is a hell of a skater, or was a hell of a skater. He's just not a good human being. I don't know how to rationalize in that. I don't really know how to differentiate the moral concern for whatever it is. I just like the board. I like the graphic. And I do like him as a skater, too. But the Zentangle is, I don't know, one of my favorite things. I like to draw it. I think it's cool. This is the version 2 Gator division. The V1 with the square Zentangle actually was one of the, probably the third skateboard I ever owned as a kid. I wish I still had that. But I didn't have it in black and white. I had it in like the kind of, I guess it would have been orange and blue. But it was rad nonetheless. But I like the black and white version. I just don't like the one that says Original Vision. I don't know why. I like to see his name on there. It still stokes me out. But yeah, I was thinking about putting this back together. I rode it for a long time. It's one of my favorite boards. I had Indies on it and PAL SPFs, 58s. It was a good setup. Actually, 3 years ago, I guess it was the last time I had this set up. I kind of ran out on something and wrecked my ankle. Got hurt. I was out for a while. There's a strap tendon that goes across the top of your ankle that on mine, when I flexed my ankle forward, it severed and it split it and caused it to like slide back into the ball of my ankle. I went to my doctor. I didn't have insurance at the time. I went to my doctor. He was like, yeah, you should get this operated on. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't have insurance. And he hooked me up, though. He gave me some anti-inflammatories, gave me a cortisol shot. The swelling went down. I was actually able to go back to work like within 48 hours. But I wasn't able to skate. I actually couldn't skate for almost an entire, 6 months. It's a good thing it happened in the fall, I guess. But, yeah, since then, it's weird. Whatever happened, it's healed up, and it doesn't bother me at all. It actually, my left ankle hurts way more after I skate than my right ankle, which is strange. But anyway, yeah. So I haven't had it out in a long time. Haven't had it set up, and with my whole commitment to kind of putting boards together that kind of have parts that relatively run around a skater sponsor or the company's ecosystem. Like I put those PAL boards together that are all Skate 1, from the bearings, mini logo trucks, everything. This one I wanted to put back together with Gullwing trucks and Vision wheels, which were Gator was part of the Gullwing Army. Well, I don't know if that he was part of the Gullwing Army. I know he's sponsored by Gullwing. So I got a set of Gullwings to put on there. These are the Pro 3s. And I did modify them since I've been running those Pro 3s on my Jeff Kendall. I was getting some hang up from the Kingpin when I would get up into the groove. So I did some research and I found out about the Grind King Kingpin. And I copped a set and I dropped them into the Pro 3. And it actually turned out really sick. Like, even from the look of it, I mean, obviously there's more clearance here. So the meat of the truck, the meat of the groove actually is taller. There's probably less of a likelihood that I'm going to hang up on the Kingpin. But on top of that, like, aesthetically, it's actually really pleasing. I did film myself taking the original Kingpin out. I actually have it right. Or no, I don't have it. I did film myself hammering out the original Kingpin, but the video was kind of lame, actually, because I thought it was going to be a whole project, you know, that it was going to be something that was going to be a task, but it was like 2 hits with a hammer. It popped right out. In some of the other videos where I saw people do this, they actually had problems. Like, one dude actually had to drill out the base plate of his Pro 3 to get the Grind King Kingpin into it. Mine, not the case at all. It totally just slid right in there. And you can see in the recess at the bottom of the base plate, the nut actually fits really well. So after I slid the bolt down through there, or after I reassembled the bushing, the hanger, and the top bushing, and slid the Kingpin back down through there, it threaded in there really no problem at all. Pretty simple adjustment with the Allen key that's actually included with the Grind King Kingpin. It was super easy. So, I mean, I don't really see a necessary need. I mean, if there was some knowledge to impart or something that I did that would make a difference in showing you the part where I actually take the truck and pound the Kingpin out, I would share it. But it's really just a simple process. And I'm really stoked on the finished product too, man. I think that looks really sick. I mean, I aesthetically like the way that the Pro 3 looks. But with that Grind King Kingpin in there, it looks really even better. It's actually super smooth. And I think being blacked out is going to complement the board as good. So that's going to be the trucks. Going to continue with the all black theme. Picked up a set of 1/2-inch Vision Psycho Rise. I don't know how easy it is to see that or how that's transmitting because of the darker color, but that's just a basic 1/2-inch rise. It is a soft rise block, so it'll flex with the board. And these actually, I mentioned these in my last video. These are the blurs, the Vision blurs, the conicals. These are 60, 96As, but this is a black and white. And I saw the picture of these on social media on Select Skate Shop's Instagram, and they didn't look good. And then I looked on their website, and on the website they looked even worse. But it just so happened that I was kind of scrolling through, and maybe it was the algorithm or something, but it suggested a picture of a setup similar to this one with these on it. And in that picture, they just looked really good. So I decided to take a chance on them and cop a set. And I'm really stoked on the way they look. Like, they look super good. I mean, super rad too. Like, the matchup is kind of unreal in a way. And I was stoked that I took the opportunity, you know, well, that I had the opportunity, I should say. I was able to take it. So I grabbed those. Of course, I have some, this is actually old Gullwing Allen head, 1.5 inch hardware. That's what's going to be holding everything together right there. So it fits the theme, the Gullwing truck, Gullwing hardware, Vision risers, Vision wheels. Of course, I was going to get, Vision does make bearings. They make a Swiss component bearing, but I don't know. I don't think it's all that cool. Not as rad as GP-Rs, you know. And they're definitely probably not as fast, as serviceable, or as durable as GP-Rs. So, and, you know, the black and white looks tight. The checkerboard, it kind of goes with the whatever, black and white here. So, yeah, I'm going to throw some Indy GP-Rs, which are my favorite bearings, in there. And I got these two. These were actually given to me by the same dude I bought the green Gullwing Pro IIIs off of. These are Gullwing Copers. I don't know how hard these are to come by. I've looked around for them and I couldn't really find any. So I'm pretty stoked to have these. They're kind of difficult. They don't just pop right on. So I think this is actually going to take some doing to get this on here. I might have to take a rubber mallet, pop it on there. But, and I'm not 100% sure that I want to put them on there. I think I think it would definitely complete the look if I did pop them on there. And it would go with the whole theme of everything. Because Copers are, they rule. They fucking rule. That's all there's to it. But yeah, I got the Copers, again, Gullwing Pro IIIs, all black. Grind King Kingpin dropped in there, gives us way more clearance off the top. Vision, Blur, Conicals, that's a 60 at 96A. It's got a nice black and white swirl, so that's going to come together. It's like the zipper on a leather jacket. It brings it all together. Then the Psycho Skate, 1/2 inch black, soft rise. Gullwing hardware again, 1.25 inches, nothing to, or I'm sorry, 1.5 inches. So nothing super special about that. And it's going to put together the Gator version 2. And I'm really stoked to bring this thing back. I honestly am. I mean, for all of its flaws, it is a really sick board, and it's got some blood on it, which is weird that I pointed that out. But whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to putting it back together. I don't know how much I'm going to get to ride it this year, unfortunately, because the weather apparently is going to take a turn for the worse, or at least that's what I'm hearing. It's supposed to be like 30 degrees on Saturday, but the sun's supposed to be out, so my plan is to get out and skate, hopefully. We'll see how that all goes. But this will, you know, idle hands are the devil's dynamite. So this will keep me busy, you know, putting this back together. I'm going to throw together a time lapse of it going back together. And then when that's done, we'll come back and take a look at how it looks. Hopefully it'll be rad. Don't know. Not sure. But I think with all the parts that I've assembled, I think it will be. I hope it will be. You know. And this will be my third Gator. I also have the Ankh too, which I've had for a minute. Or this actually is not the Ankh. This is considered the ramp deck. And this one's still fresh. I've still kind of been waiting to bust this out. Those are the OG blurs right there in blue. Yeah, those are, what are these? These are 96A. Yeah, this thing, you should feel how heavy this thing is. And I'm sure that this one is going to be just as heavy as that. But it's got the white and black Pro 3s on there. Actually, probably going to take this apart at some point and drop, because I bought 2 sets of the Grind King Kingpins. I'm probably going to take these out of there and put those Grind King Kingpins in there. But yeah, I like this deck too. I like the shape of this one. It's kind of got everything I like about it. Actually, I like the shape. I like the graphic. I'm glad that I put the blurs on this one, and I'm also glad that I put the Pro 3s on it. But yeah. So that's pretty cool. At least I hope it's going to be cool. There's only one way to find out. This is pretty cool. And at least I hope it turns out cool. So yeah, I'm going to drop that on the floor and then pick it back up and put everything together, and then we'll come back and we'll run it through again and see what it looks like. Well, okay. So yeah, that was that. And I gotta say, that being this, it kind of turned out rad. Now that I have all of the parts together, I think it's pretty sick. Yeah. And I know I'm not speaking in absolutes, so I said pretty rad and pretty sick, but it's sick. And it's rad. Yeah, I'm stoked on the way it came out. I'm stoked on the way it looks. I really dig that Grind King Kingpin in the Pro 3s. I mean, it's definitely going to improve the clearance of the Kingpin for sure. So it's functional. Aesthetically, I think it really does something too. I don't quite know exactly what that is yet, because I'm so used to, obviously seeing, a regular Kingpin, but I gotta be honest with you, that is looking pretty fresh. So that's it. There's the wheels. I doubt that you can really tell because of the lighting. This is ambient lighting. I think it makes you want to fall asleep. But yeah, no, totally rad. Absolutely gnarly. It looks really good. I'm stoked. I'm really glad that things worked out the way that they did. Still, I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% decided on the Copers yet. I mean, I think that I got to put them on there. I think that's going to be a thing. I almost have to. There's no way around it. It just feels like that's what's got to happen. And they'll snap on there pretty easy. I think they need a little bit of love, though, to go on there. What is it with dropping things? Good job. But yeah, I think they're going to snap on there. I'm just going to tap them with probably a rubber mallet. The old potato hammer. Give it one or two hits. Drop it on there to see what it looks like. But no, for real, yeah, it's totally rad. It's cool as a polar bear's toenail. Gullwing Pro III, blacked out, Vision, Psycho skate, half-inch risers, Gullwing hex head hardware, 1.5 inch, Vision blur, that's the conical, and the black and white dip, which is pretty dope. Vision Gator, obviously, version 2. Got the Grind King Kingpin in there. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I do have a rat bones tail that I might throw on there too. I'm not 100% because I got the tail on that one and I like it. I think it'll preserve some of the life of the board, but this one I've already been skating without, so I mean, maybe I'll leave it off. I mean, it's something I could do though. But for now, man, yeah, it's all together and it's all good. I dig it, man. I really do. I like how it came out. I like the black and white a whole lot. I really do. So yeah, I guess I ran it down, but I'll run it down one more time. Gullwing Pro III, all black, got the Vision Blur conicals, 60. That's a 96A. Got the Grind King Kingpin, Gullwing hardware at 1.5 inch, Psycho skate riser at 1/2 inch. Bad news on the whole, like Vision Select Skate ecosystem deal, but or whatever, true to the skaters setup maybe. But these are Bones rails, so they're not Psycho skate rails, which they should be, but whatever. Hopefully no one will notice, you know, and I'm not going to tell anybody. Except for, you know, you guys. But yeah, no, I think the video is going to turn out good. I hope the time lapse turns out good. I got a couple of beats that I want to pick one of them that I can use to put in there. And I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Feedback is always welcome, especially if it's about skateboarding. The old wave, transition, the salad days of it all. This has me thinking that I want to make like a back patch. You know the vest that Gator was wearing, and when he comes out of the house, he's like skating down the street and stuff, and he has the Zentangle on the back. I kind of want to make a vested, but you know, that has that. And I think that I might. So that might be a project that I might throw together later on, which I think would be cool. But until that actually comes to fruition, it's just in my mind, you know, and I have to manifest it somehow, some way. I need the parts to be able to do it. So I got the idea. I have a jean jacket that I could cut up. I just don't have a solid white patch. I have to find that. But I will. I'm sure of it. It just takes time. But yeah, absolutely, man. Totally stoked on it. Came out really sick. I'm looking forward to skating it. I don't know when I'll get a chance to do that because it's snowing. It's November 15th, and we got like enough snow to cover the ground today, which is a real drag. I was sitting at work looking out the window like bawling, wishing that it was 70 degrees, but instead it was 32 and snowing. It's a real problem. Not necessarily. All right. What's next? I don't know. Maybe I'll continue to grow my facial hair. Possibly. I'm thinking about growing some sideburns, honestly. This dude I skate with that has he's a long sideburn, like a chop. I think mutton chops. I think mutton chops are coming back. I've also been thinking about doing a trends video for the over 40 skate population. Like what's going to be popping in 2023. I mean, if there's one thing I know, the word popping is not going to be popping in 2023 unless you're using it to describe like your joints when you wake up to go skate. But yeah, I think that's going to be a thing. Hopefully, maybe by Thanksgiving, I'll be able to assemble a list of items that I think are going to be really important for skateboarding if you're over 40 in 2023. So I'm going to start working on that. As a matter of fact, I started working on it today, actually. Like it's coming together for sure. It'll probably be lame, and once I record it, it's going to be a one-off like everything else. I'm not going to edit it or anything. I'm just going to start, and then when it gets to the end, I'll end. I'm not going to like do jump cuts or restart or do different takes again because I just think that's dumb and it's a huge waste of time. It feels like more of an act that way. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. That's actually there. That's down the road. So Yeah, look out for that. Look for the 40 over 2023 trends video. Oh man, it's gonna be a long winter. But anyway, thanks for checking it out. It's appreciated, and I hope I see whoever or whatever come back and see it again, or I don't know how to end any of it. Peace.